Heal the world, make this a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, but if you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hello everybody, I'm Lady Cheryl and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I'm sitting under my gazebo. The wind is blowing really strong, so it's a good breeze under here. And I want to share with you in this short video how I shade my crops, my containers, my garden beds with 50% shade cloth to create a lower temperature throughout the food forest. Now, I strategically designed my food forest with keeping in mind that I needed to create microclimates to also lower the temperature. So I took into consideration where the sun was at certain times of the day and where my structures like my sheds, my gazebo, what else? Sheds, gazebo, oh, and my greenhouse. Yes, can't forget the greenhouse. So I put everything in certain places so that I could create some natural shade. For example, my tropical alley that has all of my banana plants and my citrus trees, I put those particular plants in my side yard where there is a brick wall and a privacy fence. And I'll share that with you a little bit later. And also, I made sure that some of the plants were surrounded by trees that would offer some natural shade. And of course, the ones that are out in the open in the full sun, I'll show you how I use T-post and 50% shade cloth to set up shades on to cover the top of the beds, and sun can still filter through from the top 50% and then the sides. Okay, let's get started. I'm out here in the morning early, just after sunrise, and I'm watering my plants. And as you can see here, these two platforms that I made have my strawberries, or some of my strawberries on them, and they are shaded with 50% shade cloth. And here's the other one right over here. And what's so nice about this, I'm watering, as I said, and you can just put your finger right through those holes. And you can see that you don't even have to remove the shade cloth. So yes, if I want to get another harvest of my Chandler strawberries, and I'm gonna lift it up here and let you see how the heat was beating them down. So that's why I decided to shade them, okay? This is crispy because of too much sun. So if I can lower the temperature and block some of the sun, I will be able to get another harvest of these Chandler strawberries in the fall. And I just water straight through them. I'll show you. Just water right on top of it. This is going to be over 100 degrees today. I'm not taking these cloths off until tomorrow. If the temperature will be in the 90s. Okay, so I thoroughly watered these. And in a couple of days, I will show you the difference the shade cloths make. And you'll see by the appearance of the plants. Now I'm going to pan over here and show you that I have a shade cloth on this bed of my emergency garden. Again, I'm using 50% shade cloth here. And I just clamped it here with that clip to my trellis, and then over here to a steel post. And the cucumbers are doing good because they have a backdrop of this huge pomegranate tree and plum trees that will shade the back of here. So this is doing really good in this area here. And here you can see the 3 eggplants that I transplanted a few days ago. They're doing well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the other side and let you look at that bed over there. So here is the first bed, and I've extended the shade cloth to cover up this rose plant, and it looks much better than the ones that are not shaded. And you can see that pepper plant over there that I put there for the emergency garden. It's blooming. I'm gonna go in closer so that you can see it's putting on peppers. You can see, where's my finger? Right there. And right over here. And the eggplants are leaning a little bit because I just watered them. And the string beans are doing really well over there. I'm gonna have to harvest some more, because the more you harvest, the more they'll keep producing. Now I'll take you around and show you some of the squash. So I took the shade cloths off of these 3 grow boxes, and as you can see, they being the squash, are beginning to flower. So I'm gonna leave the shade cloths off until about 9 o'clock and give the bees a chance to come around and pollinate them. The squash, these 2 are Blue Hubbard here and here, and I believe the rest of them are crookneck. Again, this is emergency garden food that will be donated. Now, these are not bone dry. There's some moisture, but this one is a little bit drier, but I'm gonna go ahead and water them because at 100 degrees, you can't go wrong watering your plants. So I have thoroughly watered my squash. You can't give them too much water in 100-degree temperatures. These 3 boxes don't need to be covered for the simple reason you can see there's not a lot of damage. But the reason why I am not shading this structure that I built over here, sorry for going too fast, is because this Gala apple tree allows it to get some shade. The pomegranate tree allows it to get shade. And my Sincere magnolia tree shades this beautifully. And then right in front of this is the garden bed with shade cloth and beans growing up the trellis here. But if I start getting damage from too much sun in this area, I left a piece of shade cloth right here, and I'm just demonstrating to you how I can extend the shade cloth over the grow boxes if necessary. So let me stop here and go get some clips so I can show you better. So now I'm standing up under that small piece of shade cloth that I was going to put, see, I'm out now, put over this last platform, okay? And I can just water right on top. Look up under here. This is where I put the plants that are going to seed. I just dug them up, put them in a little soil, and they will still continue to go to seed while I still can plant some emergency garden food in these containers. And I watered this one a little bit from the other side when I was watering the fruit trees. These are not big, but they're sweet, and I enjoy them. Now, I can either stand up under here and water, or I can water from the top. But, since I'm already under here, I'll just go ahead and water. Even if you're not growing anything, continue to water your planter, because you want to keep the living microorganisms there still going. Okay, so my shade cloth came down over my head, and I just want to show you that you can water right on top of here. The water still will go right through. Okay. Now, when I come out around 9 o'clock, I'm going to pick my string beans, my green beans, and I'm also going to spray my bug juice. And by that time, the excess water will have dried up on the leaves. Let's go to the greenhouse. Okay. So I'm sitting out in the greenhouse, and I want to share with you the cover that is on top of this greenhouse and how it is filtering out the sun. And as the sun continues to rise, this area right in here will get more sun, but you can see the squash are doing well. So far, everything looks very good. And you can see the peppers over here are thriving. The ones that get the most sun is thriving or growing the tallest. And you can even see the corn that I planted back there in the distance. So I'm gonna just lightly water the garden bed, and the sun is shining and the wind is moving about 10 miles per hour. And it would dry the leaves, but when I water, I try to keep the hose close to the ground so all of the leaves don't get wet. Now, I'm not so concerned about the marigolds. It's just the squash leaves that I don't want to get real wet because I want to saturate them with my bug juice. So I'm not going to water the peppers today. They're in the shadiest part. So they don't need any water. I touch the ground and it feels good. Here's my corn, the last corn that I planted, and it's doing really well. And let me go up a little higher and let you see that shade cloth on the corn that I transplanted from the greenhouse. And yeah, it's looking good. So I'm going to water it, come back and mist it with bug juice in a couple hours. This area right here, I don't have to shade because I have the privacy fence, I have the height of the banana plants, and then I have this brick wall here that offers shade in the afternoon. And so I don't have to cover up my sweet potatoes or my cassava or my sugar cane right there, or the planters that have emergency garden food in them. So none of this is shaded. So everything is looking good. But I will water the containers and the banana plants. And you can see the calamanda is reaching the fence. And the fig tree over here is doing awesome. My black-eyed peas are being shaded by this structure that I built to contain my water catchment, and the fence right over there, and these two pear trees. And the peas I showed you yesterday are getting bigger, getting tight. And just real quickly, I want to show you the Miho Satsuma. The fruit is getting bigger and bigger. Okay, so let me get to watering and I'll be back. Okay, I'm finished watering the garden. I'm going to show you the aphids. And go closer. You see all those little spots? Those are aphids. Those will suck the life out of your plants. And what I'm going to do is simply blast them with water and remove this planter kind of like over here. So, and move this out the way so the aphids won't get into that, which I don't think they like deal. I've never seen aphids on deal. And I'm going to go full blast. Blasting the aphids off. Try to hold this with this hand and get the other hand. Feel how they just disappeared? I lost that flower, but that's okay. Because there are green little shoots. Those are peas are in those pods. And they're just going to continue to grow. But if I hadn't taken care of the aphids, it would suck the life out of it. Hope you all can see that. I'm just sitting under my gazebo and just admiring the view and thanking God for everything. God is so good. I'm just thanking him for everything that he allows me to grow. And you can see the outside of the greenhouse. I have everything planted, and I think I'm done for a while. Nope, take that back. My turmeric didn't come up, so I ordered some more rhizomes and another cover for my gazebo from eBay. And when I get the rhizomes in the ground and get some of that, let me show you, some of that Swiss chard transplanted, then I'll be finished and I can finally breathe and sit back and just relax and just watch for aphids and stink bugs and squash vine border bugs and all the little pests that try to prey upon the food forest. You can't see everything from here, but I am going to walk back because I want to show you something that I just look at every day, and it's just breathtaking to me because of the fact that they reseeded. And just look at those grapes, muscadines, all the trees. But this is what I want to show you. Every time I get right here, I just smile. And I just say, look at God. Look how he let this just come back. These beautiful echinacea coneflowers. Just so, so pretty. And the Gala apple tree is shading. The Sweet William is trying to come back a second bloom. And here's some more right over here that are trying to come back. And these are all perennial. So I just absolutely love them. Okay. One more thing. Guys, these grapes are small. They're the Concord grapes. The plants are only, in the fall, it'll be 2 years old. And they're small, but I guarantee you, they are absolutely delicious. It's also perennial. Here are the Mexican petunias. The borage came back. And these humongous, look like, I don't know what, jolly green giant bushes. These are milkweed that attract the monarch butterfly. But anyway, I love when the plants just come back and they're free. And that's Comfrey all the way over there in the corner. Okay. I just wanted to share my blessing with you today. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. Remember that God loves you and I love you too.